Becoming Yourself, 1. But for him they were flying. Initiation, Sequence 1, First School, 3. Where then to launch into things? At what point precisely? To weigh the anchor. The first loony bin he'd been to as a chick. It was a day school in Malaya. Its name? Names have their minute importance. Nope. Try as he might, he cannot quite remember its name at this late stage. Something arcane, almost cryptic. The St. Francis Xavier Institute. Might that have been it? Maybe indeed. Yes, very like. Frankie Xavier had been a monk. No one could lick, that's what often Johnny had imagined. The greatest saint the world had ever come across. What had he done, exactly? He'd healed loads of people. In a jiffy, the split or rupture of a second, the bat of an eye, or with the improbable laying on of his large, hot, spade-like hands. In any case, without using pills or jabs, or, I don't know, syrups, ointments, any sort of hygiene. What had he worked besides miracles? Millions of the things. One day he'd almost blown a gasket, baptizing thousands of people, men, women, and children, and I've no idea what else, half drowning them in water out in the midnight sun. Midday. What? Midday sun must have been, or midnight moon. Like a mad dog, or an Englishman, though he himself was Portuguese. Spanish, perhaps. Prayers he chanted, his little silver scallop shell he scooped, and in the end, somewhat sourly, stubbornly, well, he'd converted the whole goddamn crowd. The first loony bin he'd been to as a chick. was a day school in Malaya of cryptic nickname, the F. Xavier Institute. Frankie Xavier had been a monk no one could lick, Johnny'd claim, the greatest saint the world had seen. He'd healed loads of people like it was a trick he pulled, using no pills, ointment, hygiene, or anything. Then, as well as that, he'd done 1,000,000 miracles. One day he'd come clean and baptized out in the scorching midday sun thousands of men, women, and their children too, half drowning them in water, soaking their hair and chanting prayers, perhaps, as men like him will do, till he'd converted the whole crowd, fair and square.